Do I what?
Do you love me?
Do I love you? With our daughters getting married and there's trouble in the town, York said, you're worn out. Go inside, go lie down. Maybe it's indigestion.
No, Gold, I'm asking you a question. Do you love me?
You're a fool.
I know. But do you love me?
Do I love you? For 25 years I've washed your clothes, cooked your meals, cleaned your house, given you children, milked your cow. After 25 years, why talk about love right now?
Golda, the first time I met you was on our wedding day. I was scared.
I was shy.
I was nervous.
So was I.
But my father and my mother said we'd learn to love each other. And now I'm asking Golda, do you love me?
I'm your wife.
I know. But do you love me?
Do I love him?
Well,
For 25 years I've lived with him, fought with him, starved with him. 25 years my bed is his. If that's not love, what is?
and you love me.
I suppose I do.
And I suppose I love you too. It doesn't change a thing, but even so, after 25 years, it's nice to know.
Isn't that great? And that's supposed to inspire you for Valentine's Day this week. 2 days, guys. 2 days. Just saying. Okay. Love and romance, we associate marriage is about romance. Right? And that's Tevye and Golda, right? It reminds me of a story, I don't know if I've told it before, but a story that I heard when we were in Iowa. When you got to see northern Iowa, we had ethnic diversity. We had Swedes, Danes, Norwegians, and Germans. So there's a whole lot of Scandinavian jokes and Oldie and Sven jokes. I don't know if you've heard of them, or Oldie and Olga jokes. So there's this one story of Oldie and Olga, who were married many, many years, and Olga has been living on a starvation diet of affection for Oldie. It's driving her crazy. It's been driving her crazy, and she's finally one day just had enough. And they're sitting on the front porch, and she's sitting next to Oldie, and she turns to Oldie and says, "Oldie, how come you never tell me that you love me?" And Oldie looks over, and Olga, when we were married, I told you that I loved you. If I ever change my mind, I'll let you know. Valentine's Day, 2 days. Just saying. Marriage, romance, right? That's what we usually think of. But it's not just that, is it? You know that. You've been married 25 years, 30, 50. You know it's not. It's also friendship. Friendship. We're going to focus on that today. Say some words about that. Friendship. Best friendship. As we look at our next topic, and that is the mission of marriage, the purpose of marriage. We've been talking about what marriage is. A couple weeks ago, we called the secret of marriage, and that is what it is. The most important thing to know about it, that is that God made it up. God instituted marriage. And he gave it as a living picture of Christ and the church. Marriage was instituted by God with the gospel in mind. The sacrificial love. That's its design. A couple weeks ago, Pastor Mark talked about the essence of marriage, which is the covenant. And a reminder to watch out for the consumer marriage, the mean marriage, but rather the covenant of marriage, the covenant, the promise to act in love, even when you don't feel like it. To act and focus on we, not just me, not the me marriage, the covenant marriage. That's the essence of marriage. And last week we talked about, hey, this is hard. We need help. Where's the power to do this? That's the Holy Spirit. God gives us the power to live this image of Christ and his bride, the church. God gives us the power to marry the people, husband and wife, friendship, and live relationships. So that's what it is. We talk about marriage, what it is, but what's it for? God gave it to us. What's its purpose? What's the mission, if you will? And it gets us into this topic of friendship. And what's the purpose of Christian friendship? So, it also takes us, once again, back to Genesis. Our first reading, Jerry read, was in Genesis 1, and we were just part of it, the creation of humanity. That's coming at the end, of course, the whole chapter. And something that punctuates this whole chapter, like a repeated refrain, if we read the whole chapter, is God saw what he had made, and it was good. It was good. It was good. 7 times. It was good. It was good. Okay, we're getting the point. But then you get to chapter 2, and this statement is rather shocking. Really. God considers Adam, and he says, it is not good. It is not good for the man to be alone. How can it be not good? How can what God has made, it was before the fall, how can it not be good? God made everything about which he said it's good. Adam is in a relationship with God, a perfect relationship with God. How can it not be good? What's wrong here? Well, it's the not good, the kind of not good. It's not the evil kind of not good. It's not a sin not good. It's more like God created fish, but he didn't create water. It would not be good. God created birds, but didn't create a sky. It would not be good. And God creates a person alone. It's not good. It has to do with the image of God. And one of the meanings of the image of God. Look what it says here. Genesis 1, we heard a little bit ago. God said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Let's stop right there. Who's God talking to? Let us, our image, our likeness. Is this the royal we? No, it's not. He's talking to the angels? No, because we're not made in the image of angels. This is one of those places in Scripture where the Scripture just reveals something without explanation. And it isn't until much later that we find out really more about what's going on. It's kind of like in Genesis 3, which we heard last week, about the seed of the woman crushing the serpent's head. Well, what's all that mean? Serpent's snake? Well, later on we see the full revelation. That's the gospel. That's Jesus defeating Satan here as well. We just have it out there. God saying, let us in our image. Because you see, God, in God's essence, is relationship. God is a small group. God is a family. God is not singular. And God is never alone. Because God is triune. God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God is 3 and God is one at the same time. Yeah, that's beyond our math, it's beyond our brains, because God, the very conception of who God is way beyond our ability to think. But that's how He's revealed Himself, that God is relationship in and of Himself. What that means is that God, when the Bible says, when it says in 1 John, God is love, that's not just metaphor. That's not just words. God is the only being that in Himself loves. For any of us to love, we have to love somebody or something outside of ourselves to love. God doesn't do that. The Father loves the Son and loves the Spirit. The Spirit loves the Father and the Son. The Son loves the Father, loves the Spirit. God is love in His very essence. That's what that means when we say that. God's very essence is love, relationship, and it flows into our lives. So, if God is making us then in His image, that means a number of things. It speaks about the relationship with God, but it means we were made for relationship. We were made. And not just for the vertical relationship with God. We're made for the horizontal relationship with equals, peers, if you will, as in the Trinity. Father, Son, and Spirit, they're equal. So we are made for relationship with others. And the drive, the yearning, the desire that we have to be in relationship with other people. It's a reflection of the image of God in us. And so it's not good for the man to be alone. And God sets out to fix it. And He has this ingenious solution. And we've touched on this over the last couple of weeks, different perspectives, angles on what God did, and it's rather profound. That God, always got to keep in mind, when God does something in the Bible, we always ask ourselves why He did it that way. Because He could do it infinitely other ways. But He did it this way. God could have taken that lump of clay and said, here you Adam, here's your friend. He didn't do that. Took the one and made two. And then brought them together as one. Which Adam recognized, as He says, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. This is like me is my missing part. This is the void. This is now. We are made for relationship. In general, people, friends, family. And God pictures it here in Genesis in the high point, the most significant of the relationships. Husband, wife. Two. One becomes two. Two becomes one. And we've talked about that here in this that incredible mystery, God doing it this way, what that means. One becomes two, two become one, as an expression of a unity of love. And so then you have in a marriage, you have something, not just like, but it's a little bit like Trinity. Dunity. Two are one. In that way. But still, you see what God's doing? He's trying to give us the same kind of relationship. It's bonded by love. And as we've already touched on, the two become one. And in the expression of the love of that oneness, so you talk about the physical expression, talk about physical intimacy, sex, then becomes God's workshop for the creation of new life and the sharing of His divine joy of creation. That's what it is. But it's more than that even. It's also friendship. The Trinity, relationship in the Trinity, is not a romance. Okay? It's more like friends. Friendship. So let's look at it that way. The Bible actually says a lot about friendship. There's a lot of friends in the Bible. There's some really neat friendships in the New Testament and Acts, and Paul writes about it in his letters, Jonathan and David, and so forth. There's also a lot of sayings about friendship. The book of Proverbs is just full of them. Here's a few. A friend loves at all times. 17:17. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin. There is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Sometimes friends get closer than family. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice. Friends help each other. Or Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. Help each other. Help each other. That's what friends do. So friends, what makes a good friend? Reading about this week, that what do you need? You need in friendship, you need transparency. Right? Good friendship has transparency. I reveal to you, you reveal to me. If I'm not revealing, we're not really being friends, we're just kind of acquaintances. In friendship, there's some transparency. You get to see my weakness, you get to see my faults. But there's also constancy. You stick with me, and I stick with you. That's what friends do. Another word. Now, I put another word up there, but it doesn't mean what we normally associate with it, but rather what it literally means. And in friendship, this is important too. The word sympathy, which literally means a common passion or a common purpose. Friends have something in common. Now, let's talk about this in terms of the kind of friendship that was being described in Proverbs. The friendship pointed to in Scripture. Christian friendship, spiritual friendship. Common purpose. Common passion. It's what? Helping each other in our walk with the Lord. Isn't that what God wants us to do in our relationships? Think of friends, two friends standing side by side with a goal before them, walking that way. This is where I'm headed. And what is that? To follow Christ. To grow in Him. So that's why friends encourage one another in their walk with the Lord. Friends encourage each other in their reading of Scripture and their worship. And the friends correct each other when they're walking away from the Lord. That's what friends do. It's Christian friendship. Now let's put this into marriage. What do we see? Kind of like, picturing it graphically. There's a couple. That's the romance side, right? Facing each other, looking at each other. Friendship, you're side by side. Facing the same way. Heading the same direction. The same view on the horizon as you're heading towards a goal. Heading towards a purpose. Finishing. Because the goal and purpose of Christian marriage is not social status or security as it was in the ancient world. It's not just emotional happiness and romance, which is the popular notion today. But it brings in this angle of friendship and Christian friendship and the common purpose toward the common goal. We get a glimpse of it once again back in Ephesians 5. In the picture that Paul puts before us, this image of Christ in the church. And look what he says. Husbands, this goes both ways, but it's in terms of husbands. Love your wives. Just as Christ loved the church, He gave Himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the Word. There's that self-sacrificial giving for the benefit of the other. That's at the heart of marriage. And to present her to Himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. Okay, the picture here is Christ and His bride, the church, and He's presenting her as radiant, perfect, holy, and blameless. Is that what we are? Not quite. Okay? By His grace and forgiveness, we are blameless. But in fact, are we that? No, we are. When will we be? In the resurrection. In the resurrection. In the new creation. So it's like a glimpse. The picture here is the husband has a glimpse of the new creation reality. And that's the goal. That's the purpose. That's where they're heading. And so, purpose. What we are about, where we're heading, where we're going. Helping each other become more and more like the future new creation God intends us to be. I am helping you in your walk with the Lord. You are helping me. So that He can be at work in us, changing us more and more into the new creation that we will be in the resurrection. That's what we're working toward. And so I think about it this way. Think about this as a picture. Right? Weddings. We get all dressed up. Brides especially. At great expense, because we're planning a wedding now. Yeah. It's a picture of radiance. Right? Picture of radiance. Think of it as a picture of the goal. A picture of the end. A picture of the new creation, not externally, but internally. What God intends to do. And so husband and wife, Christian husband and wife, working together, going the same direction together, helping each other become more and more that reality as they follow Christ. Because the day's going to come when they're going to stand not before the pastor, not before the minister, but before God. And we want to hear these words. Well done, good and faithful servants. So over the years, we want to hear God saying, you've lifted yourselves up to me in prayer. You've sacrificed yourselves for each other. You've held one another up with your prayers. You've confronted and rebuked each other when it was needed, but you've forgiven each other and helped each other to stand and to walk. You've continually encouraged one another toward me. And now look at you. You're radiant. That's what we work for. See, that's what we work for as Christians in all of our friendships. Encouraging one another towards being the person God has called us to be. But how much more so in this relationship, in the covenant of love, which is to be a very picture of Christ and His church, to encourage each other in this walk. So may all of your friendships be blessed by your presence in that friendship, which is the presence of Christ, bearing His image. May your friendships be blessed as you encourage one another in hearing and being the image of Christ, the new creation God has called you to be. May your marriages be blessed. For those who are married, marriages be blessed. As God at work transforms and equips and changes you into His image. Let's pray. Lord Jesus, we praise you as the bride, groom, us as the bride. We praise you, Lord, for your work in our lives, seeking to transform us, change us, day by day, more and more, that radiant image that we will become on the day of resurrection. We pray your blessing on all of our friendships. Help us, Lord, to be good friends in our transparency and constancy, Lord, but also in our sharing of you, and being your presence as we encourage one another and following after you. We pray your blessings on all the marriages of our St. John's family. We pray your Spirit's presence and blessing as you move us, shape us, heal us, encourage us to following after you. Lift you, Lord, our prayers, especially in those marriages that are having a hard time. We pray, Lord, for your healing, your presence, and your grace. Pour out your Spirit on us all as we seek to follow you. In Jesus' name.